5, 4.
Hold your breath. Hello, America. Joe Simons, Black Diamonds. We got Luke Simons.
Luke Simons. We're here at Little Gasparilla Island, Florida.
We got the biggest mahi we could possibly find in all of Florida here on the flats. This is about as big as they get. And we got a pretty cool one here today. We've got the 13-time spearfishing world champion Cameron Kirkconnell. Is he here?
He's here.
I'm here. Yeah. So I wish it was world champion, but the guys that do the championships, no offense, they just shoot a lot of pinfish and stuff. I prefer to go for big stuff. So mine are actually world records. So it's the biggest of different species. But yeah, man, thank you guys for having me. Looking forward to bantering back and forth with you today.
Absolutely, man. All right, well, I'm glad you told us the difference between that you're the world record holder, not a world champion. But in my eyes, if you hold that many world records, then you are the world champion. That's just us and the Dolphins.
Thanks. I've as many times as I've looked, I don't think I've ever seen one that small unless it was already in another fish that I caught. So you got that. That's a starting point right there. That looks like a lure in the background.
It might be.
Some trouble hooks on it.
Yeah, we have a marlin over there. We'll have to pull it over here in a little bit. It's probably smaller. Hey, so tell us for those of you that don't know who you are, which is probably maybe 1% of America, who you are, what you're doing, and you told us earlier where you're going. Tell us about some of these cool-ass trips that you're doing.
Yeah, man. Cameron Kirkconnell. I grew up here in Florida, and my family's from the Cayman Islands, so we've always been on and in or under the water. And our whole extended family, everybody fishes, everybody dives, catches lobsters. And I've really been lucky to, be able to study at the Merchant Marine Academy and study, everything we're interested in the water and take it to the next level and actually become a ship captain. So I graduated from Merchant Marine Academy, worked my way up as an officer, and I say work, in the Merchant Marine you only work 6 months a year. So the other 6 months a year I had off, and I just traveled. I owned a house, never spent a single night in it, and just traveled, couch surfed the world, and everywhere I ever wanted to surf or dive or fish, I went. So consequently, I was able to learn a lot of different techniques from people around the world and really focus on different fish that I wanted, like wahoo or dogtooth tunas or yellowfin tunas. And those are 3 of the top fish that I've always hunted. So wahoo is, everybody here in Florida has always, loved wahoo, and like a 50, 60, 70 pounder is a phenomenal one. But the ones I'm always looking for are giant, and the biggest one that I've been lucky enough to take is 119 pounds. So that's a stud, yeah. And
that's great.
Yeah, I guess with the internet and social media and the magazines and whatnot, I've just been in the right place in the right time and been blessed to be able to travel. And to date, I think I've been to 90 countries. So I've gotten to pick up a lot of knowledge from people all over the world. And you can pretty much drop me anywhere, and I can put a recipe together, having gained information from other people and from other experiences to make it happen there. And I just love doing something different than anybody else. So, I'm lucky to be able to do what I do and make a living from it now. And what I do is I guide guys pretty much to the fish of their life. We go all over the world. I've got another day here in South Florida, and then I go to Mozambique for 10 days for a trip hunting dogtooth tunas and wahoo, and then I've got a couple days at home, and then I go to Indonesia to we have all of our dogtooth tuna spots we keep very secret because those things are just, it's like the pinnacle of fishing and spearfishing, and we just live to hunt those things. So I've got some really cool spots in the middle of nowhere in Indonesia, and that's where we're heading with a group. So yeah, it's a heck of a life I have. I'm very, very lucky. I don't take it for granted.
I'm getting goosebumps.
So what would you say is your most memorable or favorite fishing or spearfishing trip?
Pretty much anyone to hunt dogtooth tunas because they're not the hardest fish to shoot, but they are definitely one of the hardest to land, and they're one of the hardest to put yourself in the right place for because they combine probably two of our favorite fish here in Florida, which is like a tuna and a cubera snapper. So they're actually the largest of the bonita family, but they act like a snapper when you shoot them. So they'll be a free swimming fish, and they're usually on crazy deep drop off. So the top of the drop off will be at like 140, 150 feet, and then it'll drop off to 300 or 500 or whatever. And they want a ripping current. So a 4 or 5 or 7 knot current is what they want. And you've usually, with a current that strong, you've only got one drop per drift. So you've got to time it perfectly. And because it's so deep, you have to, I mean, I can't explain to you how hard it is. So you're trying to time your drift based on the bait fish that are there and saying, okay, this is about time, okay, go. So then you dive, and the fish are deep water fish. Any fish that has a huge eye like that, it's a deep water fish. And when you catch these things, you'll see all the stuff that's inside of them. They've got all those crazy deep water snappers that people catch deep dropping. So you time your drop, you push down, and you got to be down at like 100 feet to even see them most of the time. So you've already got a tough breath hold. You know, it's about a 2-minute breath hold you got to get down there. So then you shoot these things, and they go out absolutely ballistic. And instead of a tuna or a wahoo, which is going to run to open water, the things go straight down into the rocks. So they'll go in a cave, they'll go wrap around the rocks. Meanwhile, because they're in the hot spot where all the life is, there's a school of freaking sharks chasing them. And 9 times out of 10, the sharks get them and destroy them. And then, of course, the sharks come after you. So any trip to Dogtooth is a good one. And if you're successful, it's a phenomenal one. I've had a couple of really, really good trips. I had the world record for many years at 201 pounds.
Whoa!
And that broke, I think, the previous one, which was like 180 or something. And then in 2010 or something, we went to a place in Africa, and my best buddy and I shot 2 in the same day. His was 240 pounds, and mine was 245 pounds. So we completely shattered the record there, and just an unbelievable day. So that would probably be one of the coolest days of my life, because the two of us were side by side. When I shot mine, he was watching me, and when he shot his, I was filming him. So just, I mean, anytime you're on the water and diving, it's that camaraderie and the, you know, the teamwork that it takes to do stuff, and the memory that you get from that is just, it's unparalleled. So yeah.
Yes.
So yeah. So that's probably my top one.
Awesome. That's awesome, man. And when you guys are filming each other, are you doing no tank as well, just all in a breath?
Yeah, all free diving, because it's the tanks are so loud and cumbersome and noisy and whatnot. And honestly, throughout the course of a day, we end up spending more time down than most tank divers, anyways. Because when you're in your good rhythm, you'll do 2 minutes up, 2 minutes down, 2 minutes up, 2 minutes down all day long. So you don't see a lot of fat free divers.
You don't see any fat free divers that are going down 100 feet. That's crazy.
You got 100 feet? No, I got I think it's like 68 or so. But I was pumped to see that.
Sorry, man.
Is that like is it the Oscars where the noise comes on, like the music comes on? That means get the hell off the stage. Is that what that is?
Yeah, we have this is our production manager saying next question, next question. We love the story, camera, but next question.
Yeah. Nobody knows what a dogtooth tuna is.
You got to go to Indonesia to get the big ones. I mean, that's the catch,
right?
That's right. Yes, how about a fish out there that's on your bucket list? One that you might not have got, or that you would want to get after?
One of the big trips that I do every year is to Ascension Island, which is out in the middle of the Atlantic, and it's one of the most unbelievable places you've ever seen in your life. It's just a speck of rock. Closest point of land is 700 miles away, and it's the epicenter of yellowfin tunas in the South Atlantic. So we have yellowfins, we've got big-eyed tunas, we've got grander marlin, and there's just so much life on this little spot. So I've always been looking for the record wahoo, and that 119 I had was very, very close. While I was there, the guy that I was guiding had a I think it was about a 220 or 230 pound yellowfin tuna on, and he was fighting it, and we were getting it up close, and it was down about 30 feet. And a yellowfin that size is about as wide as my shoulders. So it's a pretty solid fish. He's about 1.5 feet wide. And we were sitting there and kind of, relaxing on the surface, and I saw a fish kind of materialize underneath, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's a big marlin, big marlin. And I look at it, and it's got no bill. It was a wahoo. And the wahoo was as wide as that yellowfin tuna. So having had a wahoo over 100 pounds in my hands, this one I can only guess was 150 to 180 pounds. And
whoa,
that's my bucket list fish, is 150 or 180 pound wahoo. And they're there. There's a handful of places that we go every year and look, and they're there. Guys are catching them every once in a while, and it's again a recipe, to be in the right place at the right time, and the right moon, the right tide, and we keep that pretty close to our chest as well, to make sure that we're on it. But yeah, I'd love to get a 150 pound wahoo. They're amazing animals to see in the water. To give you an idea, that big one that I shot, with all the meat and everything out of his head, just his head weighed 33 pounds.
Whoa,
that's crazy.
So that's a bucket list.
All right, so we got the bucket list. What if there's only one fish left for you to spear over and over and over again? What would it be if you could only have one? If God eliminated everything else?
Well, you've already heard me talk about dogtooth tunas, and
yep.
undoubtedly doggies. And I bet you asked anybody that has hunted or probably fished for them, and they would say the same. The problem with the fishermen is they get denied probably 9 out of 10 times because they're so brutal, and monofilament or braid or whatever they use just can't stand up to it. So it's the most frustrating yet rewarding fish ever. So any one that you catch is a huge success. So I would definitely say doggies, no doubt about it. And they're phenomenal eating. They have white flesh, just like a wahoo. So they're beautiful eating fish, and there's just everything is good about that fish, man. They're awesome.
Well, and like on the spearing, like how many actually make it up to the surface unscathed by sharks and stuff that you take a shot on? I mean,
again, that's part of a recipe, and I won't go to places where I think I'm going to lose them, because honestly I respect the fish so much. I'll pass up 100 fish just to get one good one, and I want them to grow big. I want to be able to to shoot a mature fish. And the places where there's a lot of the younger fish, there's usually tons and tons of sharks. So it's pointless to go there and shoot 6 fish and have 5 of them eaten. I don't want that to happen. So most of the places that I go, you can land them. You just have to have the right gear, the right timing, the right shot. It's just, there's a lot to it. You're not just going to go out there and kind of cross your fingers and throw a shaft into one and hope you get him. You need to really have thought it through.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome, man.
And how about if you could fish with anybody living today, or fish or dive with anybody living today, who would that be?
Probably, if I could fish with anybody today, it'd probably be almost any member of my family. There's
cool.
There's nothing better than spending time with your family and just seeing how stoked they are to be on the water. And everybody has jobs, and I wish they could come with me all the time, but just having my wife and son on the boat is better than anything else.
Love it. How old's your son?
He's a year.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
I've got two little girls in between there, and it's so cool watching them catch their first fish and being there. It's really cool, isn't it?
How old are they?
3 years and 8 months. So
perfect. He likes older women.
Well, we'll all plan a trip. She can hold her breath for already a minute, so we already got her holding her breath a long time.
Wow. Just do it safely.
All right, my friend. It is time for the questions.
Now, where is this trivia coming from first? Like, you can't be making this stuff up. It's got to be fair.
Cameron, do we look like guys who are going to make stuff up?
He's back.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the game? Some little trivia game.
This is some kind of trivia game from camping, hunting, fishing, outdoors, etc. I think you're going to do well. I will preface it by saying no one's gotten all of them right yet.
Okay. Well, the prize better not be a mounted dolphin that's 7 inches long.
No, get him the marlin. Let's see if we can get the marlin off. Show Cameron what he wins.
There we are. We'll even do the fisherman's pose with it.
Yeah, we'll do the Instagram pose.
Wow,
Look how big that is.
All right.
No, so what we're doing is you probably know we're taking a couple Wounded Warriors out fishing with us here later in the month, and we're giving $5,000 of our own money away to the Wounded Warriors Project. And whoever has the most questions right, we're going to donate a big portion of that money in your names to the Wounded Warriors. So there's no pressure, all in good fun.
Sweating.
But I think you're going to do well, man. The first one is not a trick question. Where do most fish live? We started off very simple.
In the water?
Yeah,
yep.
Very one. You're on the board.
On the board.
Boom.
It's on the board. All right, this is more in the I guess it'd be a camping one. A spelunker is someone who does what? A spelunker
goes in caves.
Yep, explores caves.
Very
we'll take
nice.
it. What lure usually has a wire extension on it that holds a spinner away from the body of the lure?
Like a beetle spin or a spinner bait.
Spinner bait, yep.
3 for 3.
3 for 3. The guy's good. This is a tough one. I asked you this one earlier, and Luke missed this. What type of animal and material was used for fishing line in the early 1940s?
Oh, I halfway got this.
What
This is a tough one.
What animal was used for fishing line in the 1940s?
Yeah, so what animal and what part of his or her body was used for fishing line in the early 1940s?
Well, some of the line back then was cotton line, but that obviously doesn't come from an animal. So,
Think about something that a lot of people in the 1940s were using. I guess this is my best hint without giving too much away.
We're using.
Yeah, using in daily life in the 30s and 40s. This is the very early 40s.
Can pass and come
for
back.
Transportation.
For
transportation.
I would say like horsehair, like the tails or the manes or something.
You guys nailed it.
I was trying not to say too much, like it didn't replace transportation. Yeah, that's it. It's braided horsehair was what they used for fishing.
Sweet.
Yeah, we all learned something here today. He hasn't missed one yet.
Yeah, it's 4 for 4.
Is the small or the largemouth bass the colder water fish of the two? Which one,
Small.
the smallmouth or large? Yep.
Smallmouth.
Done. For 100%, this could be the first person to ever get them all right. 2 more.
This is kind of a trick one here, but I think because of your name, you might get this. Name one of the 2 counties in Pennsylvania that elk are found in.
Jeez.
I would say use your name.
Cameron
County.
Nailed it.
Boom.
Nailed it.
Boom.
It's actually either elk or Cameron County would be one of the 2.
That was going to be my other one was elk, so I would have nailed that. Do I get bonus points? Honestly, I was going to say Elk County.
All right, this last one. This could be. This is it. This is for the win.
The first time.
You'll be the first person to make all of them out of 10 people we've interviewed. What material is monofilament line made of? What material is monofilament line made of?
It is a.
I'm not giving any hints on this one.
I missed this one.
I mean, basically, it's a petroleum product.
Should we get somebody to call again?
Do you want to get specific? I mean, it's a petroleum product, right?
Well, how about this? It's looking for just one word. What kind of special material is monofilament line made of? Not I think you're thinking too big picture.
I mean, is it a long, complicated scientific word or no?
Nope.
No.
It's something that you know. Shoot, it's actually I know it's in part of a wetsuit.
It's either neoprene or rubber or nylon.
I'm not going to give you any more hints from there.
Is it one of those three?
Possibly.
I told you a hint that it's in a wetsuit. I know what a wetsuit is made of, and as do you.
Final answer.
I'd say nylon.
It's nylon.
Well done. That's
nylon. Yeah, it is nylon. Man, it's I don't know if you can see it there, but
yeah. So all those are petroleum. All those are petroleum-based products. I believe. I'm almost positive. So, but nice.
Yeah, well done, man. Only
Sweet.
Person all so far. Yeah.
Awesome. Can I do a bonus question since you gave me one? Do you have any extra questions?
Oh, he just wants to challenge.
Yeah, we got to broaden the gap here. We got to make it a little more challenging for everybody else now. We got to take it up a notch.
All right. Well, there's some more
you ought to
questions.
just keep going until somebody gets one wrong.
we like this guy.
Yeah, some of them are completely random.
Do you hunt? Meaning, obviously, I know you hunt the water, but on land?
Throw it.
Okay. Well, what do you call the little metal rings which a sling attaches to on a rifle? What do you call the little metal rings which a sling attaches to on a rifle?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Gosh. I know exactly what it is too. I don't know the name of it. They're like a little D-ring kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll give you a hint. The word is also in fishing as well. Something you would right?
Yeah,
this is the best.
Swivel.
I was about to say it.
Yeah, it's a swivel.
Next.
That was a question. Another one.
Well, might as well. Let's keep going. Let me find one that's.
So one that a lot of people miss is it's a true or false, and the statement is squirrels are colorblind. Is that true or false?
False.
It's true.
It's actually true.
Yeah. So nobody's gotten that one.
The other one that we asked was deers. Deers can.
Deers plural is the S plural.
Deer, right at 99% contraceptive rate. Is that crazy? Yeah, they.
You ruined the question though, but.
Yeah, well, yeah. At this point, I look like an idiot. I'm saying deers with an S.
All right, we got you.
Thank you.
Good work there. 7 for 7.
So
awesome.
yeah, freaking amazing, and really 8 in a row. With one.
Let me flip it your way. Let me ask you guys a question. If you could hunt or fish for any fish in the world, what would it be? And what would be your dream fish? And I'll tell you where and when to go.
I'll tell you mine. I'll go me first. I have always, since a kid, I went fishing with my dad in the Bahamas when I was probably 7 or 8 years old, and he caught his first blue marlin, and I was there for it. And I've now caught a striped marlin, but I've never caught a black marlin. I've always wanted to, and I've been to Australia, I've been to Great Barrier Reef, and never got a chance to actually catch one. And I've always, in the back of my head, wanted to get a black marlin. Obviously, if I could spear one, that would be over the top. But even just catching one would be pretty awesome, and catch and release would be so cool.
Yeah, well, you hit the nail on the head there for about the best place for them. Down there off the ribbon reefs up off of the northeast part of the Coral Sea up there. Phenomenal place for it. Like my buddies that worked up there and grown up fishing up there, they fish for those things. And one of the best stories I ever heard about up there is my buddy catching their biggest one, which they caught on a rainbow runner. that they had caught 2 or 3 days before, and the rainbow runner was like 12 pounds, and they cut the middle section out of it, put it back together, duct taped it, and they were trolling it for 3 days, and they caught him on that. So all this time and effort that we put into, you know, making these phenomenal lures and fresh baits and blah, 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 this freaking, you know, 1,400 pound or 1,300 pound marlin eats a damn duct taped covered rainbow runner. So
that's great.
It's all about being in the right place at the right time. Go ahead.
Yeah, mine would be rooster fish. That's just one fish I've always just been intrigued on. You know, they fight good, they get big, and always wanted to catch. Actually, did a trip to Costa Rica when I was probably 14 or so. Lived out there for a week in the rainforest, but I never even saw one. Didn't have my chance at it, but I'm dying to catch one.
Yeah, well, the Bat Islands are one of the best places for that. I believe it's a park now, but you can't spearfish there, but I believe you can fish there. And some of the biggest ones that anyone that we know has ever seen are up there. Consistently 80, 90 pounders. So that's where I would suggest going. They're monsters. And you know, rooster fish, anytime there's a rock outcrop that has waves breaking on it and that kind of mass of blue runners around it, that's the spot. Like, those are phenomenal places for it. But never overlook the stretch of beach that connects those. A lot of the roosters that we see are on those sand beaches 10 feet from shore to, you know, 50 feet away from shore, just cruising that edge, you know, kind of taking their time between the points. So, yeah, I mean, the people that do that kind of fishing, they know that, but, I mean, there's a lot of people in the world that, you know, overlook that stuff.
Yeah, I'm dying to get one of those.
They're fun,
cool.
Man. They're a lot of fun to catch. They're strong. God, they're strong.
Awesome, brother. Man, thank you so much for your time. I know you're a busy man. Tell us where we can all find you. Is it just CameronKirkconnell.com or the Free to Dive Spearfish? Tell us the best places to find you.
Yeah, CameronKirkconnell.com is kind of our hub where we put all of our videos from all of our trips, and you know, just try to kind of keep updates on what's going on. And then Instagram, I try to put something up there every day of the photos and videos that we've done around the world. And yeah, we're lucky with social media. You know, we can keep up with everything. You know, that there's just so many people doing cool stuff around the world, and it's great that we can share it and have it appreciated by everyone. And you know, thank you guys for having me and you know, adding to that. I appreciate it.
No, thank you, my friend. So we have here the 13-time spearfishing world record holder and world champion, and perhaps the smartest guy in the power fishing world here. Oh, get every single question right, +1. Man, well, we hope to meet you face to face someday, and maybe try to get about halfway to where you get in the water, and we'd be pretty happy as far as holding our breath. Man. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem. And you know, on that note, you know, for free diving is about knowing how to do it properly. Like, you guys are young, you're in good shape, but it doesn't matter if you're 12 or 65. I pretty much promise you that in 2 days, we can teach you to hold your breath for 3 minutes and dive 66 feet. And you know, if you guys are ready for that challenge, let me know. But we do all that on our site as well. We train people around the world, and it's really amazing to see what people are capable of.
Awesome. I think we'll take you up on it whenever you get back from Africa and Indonesia.
Cool, man. Well, you guys take care. Thanks for having me.
Thank you again, Cameron, man. You're the man.
All right. Cheers.